Hey everyone, it's Split Screens. I'm Tony,
And I'm Doug.
and we are reviewing Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah, 1987, 1986. Yeah.
I was two.
Written and directed by Stephen King himself.
Yep.
Have you ever seen his his tweets? Recently?
No,
Oh my God, he's been going so crazy.
I don't
I mean,
tend to follow that
absolutely
stuff.
just, yeah, no. He's definitely not the same man he was back in the 80s, for sure.
He was the man that directed this movie.
Mistake, but whatever.
Admit that.
It was a movie, yeah.
Yeah, he at least admits it was a mistake.
But
Because it was.
as I was telling you earlier, though, even though this is, neither one of us liked this movie, but I was a kid and when this movie came out and we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because, viewing it, I'm looking at it as an adult, trying to figure out why we liked it, because there wasn't anything in the characters. There wasn't a lot of action in it.
Yeah.
The semis, trucks, they weren't exactly scary.
Yeah.
The soda machine at the beginning wasn't scary.
No.
Um,
It was funny.
yeah.
More funny than anything. Though, to be fair, I'm probably the same way about anything I grew up watching a kid. And I think we all have to respect the fact that as kids, we don't have a lot of knowledge or background or understanding on what's
I just
good.
think we were dumb back then. We
Either way.
weren't as savvy, movie savvy. So you get
I don't think there are any
super
more movies
intelligent.
now.
That's not even computers. 1986.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. So anyway, you want to tell what it's about?
Sure. A comet comes. Comet drives all the electronics crazy and they want to kill everyone. So we follow a group of people who are either working at a truck stop or going to the truck stop. And if they can survive, because it's going to take a week for the comet to go.
Yeah.
Week.
Evidently, there's a green glow. This is
Mhm.
1987. There's a green glow that envelops the Earth, which brings all electronics to life. Mostly just
Not
it seemed to be
all, though.
trucks. Not all. Yeah, that was it.
Some, not all.
I didn't really. Yeah, it was very random on what was being brought to life.
Would it have been more interesting? All right, spitting this out. Would it have been more interesting if the newlyweds' white car was sentient but didn't want to kill them? So it was like the buddy car.
Maybe because that car was carrying the future Bart Simpson.
Yes.
So maybe it knew the future,
Mm.
and being at Yearly Smith, who's dear to my heart. I actually subscribed. She had a YouTube channel. She barely posted on it, but
Yeah.
she was very cute.
Mm.
But of course now she's an older lady.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was just bad. Yeah, why would you even write that? Why would you even? Why didn't their car go crazy like everybody else's? Where were the cars at anyway? They all just disappeared. It was all trucks.
Mm-hmm. In literally all trucks, because even the part where they have to fill up the gas, because I guess every truck in the world at that time needed humans to fill up their gas tanks. So they all came from far and wide to come to this one gas station.
No,
This movie had a lot of questions.
was it? Yeah. Really? Do you have questions over it? Because I don't have
No,
questions on it.
I mean, you wouldn't ask yourself many if you wrote
Let's
this.
go into your 3. Let's just go
Oh,
straight into
gosh.
the 3 because, it's not a very deep movie to talk about.
No, point one, man, the acting was horrible. Just
What
like,
talk about acting was great.
no, the acting
Yearly
so
screaming all the way through it.
Nope.
The
Nope.
the
Mm-mm.
hitchhiking chick who's at the window and she's like, I'm so scared.
I hate men, but not ones I'm
Could you
attracted
hold me?
to.
Huh? Yeah.
That's pretty much what it was. Creepy
Yeah.
Bible sales guy's gross, but like mildly nice.
That was a gross scene, though.
It was. But she's all ready to like cut every man.
That's
except
so
not
Stephen
him.
King, though. It's always in Stephen King movies. It's because the Silver Bullet came out at the time. It was the priest that was the werewolf in the Silver Bullet.
Okay.
So in this one, it's a creepy, you know, Bible salesman who's,
Yeah.
trying to scam on hitchhikers and yeah,
Mhm.
that's very Stephen King.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
anyway, I interrupt
acting
your 3.
acting, Matt. Gosh, I wanted something more like, if I'm thinking, vehicular crazy vehicles, I'm expecting it. Apparently, there was more extreme scenes cut out. I need those in here. Like, I really feel like I need these people to be like,
What they could have done more extreme.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I felt like this movie did not need to be we're held up in a truck stop while semis drive around like sharks for 40 minutes.
And they're all just hanging out inside making sweet monkey.
Yeah, yeah, talking about their dreams and life, and we're not questioning if they have, how much food they have left, or there's no stakes other than they're all just chilling.
Yeah.
Honestly, until God, did anything even happen that like amped it up? I'm trying to think what was the inciting incident to take it from we're all just having a cozy time at the truck stop to now they're all going to run in.
Machine gun.
Yeah, they
Machine
brought the
gun
machine
showed
gun
up.
one.
Yeah.
I wonder how far they traveled to get there.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, they could have did that at any point, and I thought it was interesting that even though they waited for that to show up to do anything, at the end, they all still rammed the place and destroyed it if they were going to kill him, so they really could have killed him, like, all those semis could have
But
ran through
they
there
needed gas from the one gas station that was still available.
until they didn't when they tried to kill them all, which meant there would be no humans left at all to give any of them gas, like, it's just not this is not
It's not a well put together movie.
Oh, man.
Then again, as we were reading in the trivia, Stephen King wasn't exactly coherent when he was,
Yeah.
you know,
I just
making
feel
this.
like if I was under the influence, I'd still write more interesting stuff
It
than
would have
this.
been more fantastical, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think, I
I
would,
think, but it
you
wasn't.
know
This was very bland all the way
yeah,
through.
it really was.
No, the characters were bland, and then just anyway. Your third, which
Yeah. Um, why didn't we just take out all these semis earlier? Like, I don't so not only are you in a truck stop, which apparently has unlimited resources, it also has a weaponry in the basement where there's multiple rocket launchers that, by the way, one shot kill every truck, including the green truck. Like, I wanted the truck to maybe get hit and blow up a little bit and keep trying to get him and maybe run through like and those just and then they all like jump in there like it's the end of like a team PSA thing, like, woo, we did it. And then they all hop on the boat and they go off into the sunset like it's Lord of the Rings. It's so unclimactic for a vehicular evil murder thing. Like, I want my machines to do
they had
more.
the boss battle at the end.
No, there wasn't really.
Yes, because see the Joker truck shows up, and they pull out the rocket launcher,
And they shoot it
and they
once,
shoot it.
and that's it. And that's the same thing there's one guy dropped the grenade
I'll
into
say
the
make a game.
so guys, I just would want more from this type of concept. I mean, if it was a budgeting like, I don't know, they coulda had that truck be a lot more, pursuing them and constantly chasing them, and maybe it's, like, really a lot of like, anything better than sitting in a place. Tell us it's a week because it wasn't
Yeah.
anything about days barely changed because no one did anything. We just
No, they hung around. They were all sweaty and greasy.
yeah.
That was about it.
The biggest thing was the 2 changes. I mean, those people in truck stop were bored until the newlywed showed up. Then the kid showed up, and then they realized that the Bible salesman was alive,
Mhm.
which that was weird when he, like, grabs that kid's, like, leg. It's like, save me," and I'm like, "What's this kid gonna do?"
And then he
Dies
died
anyway.
immediately. I mean,
Yeah,
alright, I guess they needed something there to give a shock scare.
I suppose
Yeah.
because nothing else was going
Yeah.
on.
Alright, so
Alright, good.
my 3. Um, I hate to say it, I was a kid when this came out, so I have fond memories. We enjoyed it when I was a kid.
Mhm.
So, that's gonna be a positive. I have a positive memory, and like any of these other things, sometimes you should go back and revisit,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm sure a lot of us like really bad things when we were kids. It's okay. It happens. It's made for kids. It's not supposed to be super
This
deep.
wasn't made for kids, though.
Yeah, this
Not
wasn't
made for
no.
kids.
Stephen King should
Because
be ashamed.
there's
Yes.
there's one scene in here, which I told you about earlier, where the Emilio Estevez, gets busy with the hitchhiker chick, and I'm not gonna care to remember the names. I don't remember any of the names. Um, they're cuddling in a bed, and on the wall, literally the entire wall is covered in in Corn.
Yeah, corn.
In adult material.
In a truck stop.
Not just
Did he live
not
there?
just a little, spread
No,
open.
everywhere.
I mean,
He's a cool
total
dude, though.
frontal shots of everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're a woman,
She
or
likes
actually,
it, though.
let's say this is made for kids, and you're watching this because we watched this as kids,
Mhm.
and literally the whole scene,
But you guys had, like, flesh and blood on the main
but that was
TV.
made for adults.
Sure.
This, I'm pretty sure, was geared for kids.
So, was made for kids.
Yes. You know,
Okay.
like the Freddy
thought
the
it
Krueger,
wasn't.
but you still didn't have so much.
Wait, what was it rating? Was it, like, a PG-13, or was that even a
I don't know what the rating was.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I would assume it got an R. Because,
Okay.
you know, I mean, it might have gotten a PG. I don't know. Anyway, so I guess that's my number two. Number two would be, it feels like it's made for kids, but it's not. I mean, you do get Death by Pepsi Machine, Death by Lawnmower, Death by Machine Gun, Death by Arcade.
Wait, no one died from the lawnmower. It just chased the kid, right? And he got away.
I thought that didn't some kids get a baseball kid at the beginning get run over by the lawnmower?
Maybe.
Did you remember?
Oh, yeah. The big one. The big one
Yeah.
was there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember. When he's riding away on the bike. Yeah.
And I guess, and then my third, because there's not a lot with this, it's just boring. They just sort of hang out for the most part.
Mhm.
Things happen when it's time for it to happen in order to move forward to the ending, which, it's an ending we've seen where people get on a boat because they go to an island or someplace like that off the coast that doesn't
Mhm.
have all the trucks.
Yeah. Which doesn't mean any other electronic won't kill them.
I do have to say, I think, I'm done with my three, but I have a theory.
Yeah.
And all this goes back to Freaky Tales.
Mm.
So this movie, it was, we see from the text scroll at the beginning that this event, the common event, happened in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
That the Earth was enveloped by a green glow.
Yeah.
Which infused special abilities on. I think this was all part of Freaky Tales because Freaky Tales takes place in 1987.
Sure.
And the Earth is enveloped by a green glow, which
Mhm.
infuses maybe instead, remember in
Half
in
the world
Freaky
was
Tales,
technology, the
her-
other half was people.
her
Gauntlet.
her anti-famous gauntlet is infused with the green glow.
Okay.
Maybe there's a connection that the douchebags that made Freaky Tales thought, man, it'd be really cool if we connect this universe to Maximum Overdrive. So we can have an expanded universe on the green. Yeah, no, I'm not buying it either.
No.
Anyway, same freaking thing happens. I'm sure it's a coincidence, but I would almost guarantee
Maybe they stole it.
Well, the guy who would have been 10 years old and when this movie came out, 10, 12 years old. So he would have seen it. The guy who wrote Freaky Tales.
Sure.
One of the co-writers.
He knew a lot back then.
Which meant that he would have been exposed to this, which probably, fast forward 30 years later, he's like, yeah, we're going to set this in 87. There's that movie, Maximum Overdrive. I really liked it with the green glow. I could see him being that superficial and putting it in there just because it was in and making it, because it was 87.
Sure.
It just seems, it's too much of a coincidence
Mm.
that this would be happening at the same. Why?
Yeah,
Why is Freaky Tales even taking place in 1987?
Nope. Could take it
Because of the basketball game.
which is still dumb. Stupid anchoring point for the movie to be. Gosh.
Did you have anything, or do you have any scenes that you actually liked on it? In it? Was there
In
anything
what?
cool?
This?
In the Maximum Overdrive. We're not going to talk about Freaky Tales. I talk about it every review.
You do.
Yeah.
Gotta wears me out every time. Gosh, was there anything I liked? Man, it's a really tough question. I don't think I did.
You didn't like the arcade scene?
It's
That was funny.
so
You
bad.
gotta admit, it was so bad, but it was funny. And they had
So
Star
bad.
Castle, and we were really into Star Castle, so that video game was there. So we are like, yeah.
Yeah,
It was like a Asteroids ripoff, only
it was.
different. Same vector graphics though.
Okay.
If
there's something I liked and I thought it was stupid, was kind of
everything was
the
stupid.
tone. Like like the way the vehicles operated and expressed themselves, I thought was so funny. Because they're just like these little bullies. They're like, move, come on, move, come on, bro, move, let's go, come on, give me gas, bro, go. It's so stupid. And then it's like, oh, you're gonna give us gas, but that assault rifle thing's watching you. Move. Like it was just so
That was a
comical.
long scene too when they're pumping gas.
It is, and it's
It was
all of
a
them
mon
taking turns.
a montage. Why you would do this? A montage of pumping gas.
They needed a place to play
Lasts for
APD
several
song.
minutes. I know, but montage of just pumping gas.
Yeah.
Why? We didn't.
Nothing else happened. It would have been a montage of them eating more breakfast or playing around in the truck stop or having stupid conversations that don't matter or the boss just being the most
The
evilest person
Yeah.
for no reason
Yeah.
at all times.
Everybody at this truck stop that they're at is an ex-convict, and they're on a work release program or something like that. So he owns them because he can always say that they're not doing what they're doing and report them back to their whatever he is going to report. It wasn't very well defined. It was just
No.
to show that he was a douchebag, and that was it.
Mhm.
And he gets his, ending as well.
Yeah.
In this, I mean, only the virtuous survive, which was nice.
Mm.
Yeah, as usual. Everybody who was an ass.
Yeah.
Did you know so there's a waitress in there that gets attacked by a
Electric saw.
electric knife?
Yeah.
Yeah, a carving knife.
Yeah, carving knife,
Those
yeah.
were big back in the day. They were connected to the cord.
Yeah.
They were so stupid.
Yeah.
But she gets attacked by that. But then she freaks out at some point and gets killed by the trucks.
Yeah. Because she made them. How could they do this to us? It was so ungrateful.
I looked it up. How old do you think she was?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm wondering if she's surprisingly young or surprisingly old. I'm wondering the question. She looked like she was like early 50s.
23.
Wow.
23 years old. I looked it up because I was curious because sometimes I look up the cast just to see what they are. And she was 23 years old. She made that.
I'm so sorry, but
She
you look
looked
way older than that.
But she was like 40s.
I thought she was like early
all this
50s.
time.
Yeah.
Literally everything about her was older.
Mm-hmm. And didn't help the time she was playing. It's just that whole look. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Mm-mm.
It's interesting. She went on to have a career. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I mean, there's not a lot. I mean, it's the comet comes down, the gas comes down at the green glow.
Mm-hmm.
Machines get turned up,
Yeah.
become alive and
Some
hate
machines,
humans.
not all machines.
I don't know what the point was because why would they? Why possess all the machines if it's going to be over in a couple of days and you're just going to move on? What was
It was
the
just
goal?
a random happenstance. It seemed that the comet came. It's not like someone sent the comet, or it was just a random event.
I am going to suggest there is I won't call it a remake, but they've made this again.
Oh boy,
it's called Trucks and made it in
that one
97.
Okay,
so I'm curious. I never saw it.
all right. Let's.
So now I'm curious. I want to see it.
Well, you can watch that.
I mean, yeah, I think the movies like this made in the 90s weren't exactly great.
No.
So, but we're going to watch Trucks and follow up this review because we don't have a lot to see. I mean,
no, I'm good.
I
can make fun of more things, but honestly,
what do you think about Yearly Smith though? Or Simpson? You mentioned
know
something
how
about
I
her
feel.
earlier.
You know how I feel about her.
So what was her defining characteristic in this?
She screamed all the time, and when she wasn't screaming, she was complaining,
or
nagging, or trying to emasculate her husband, who's really just trying to be a overall
good
guy.
Yeah.
And she's just hating on him the whole time.
Bart Simpson voice the entire time, high, whiny, just beautiful,
man.
Beautiful.
And I mean, there's a part where it is kind of funny. I remember when they're finally going through the tunnel and the guy's like helping her down and she's just blah, 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 going down. You can so hear her in the tunnel yelling and the guy's just like so over it.
Yeah.
I hate tunnels, Garrett. It's like, oh my gosh. Man.
All right, let's rate this and get it out because, we didn't have a lot to say about this.
No. But we can talk forever still.
Give it a rate. Would you recommend it?
Ooh.
What's your rating?
Oh gosh, I can't I mean, look, if you want to watch a probably, I would say, comically bad movie because it's pretty funny to me,
Yeah.
I would say it's worth a watch, and if that's the case, it gets like a 2.
You- Really? So you like one battle after another better?
No.
Yeah.
No, I have to rate this on the fact that this is an old movie that, like, wasn't trying to do much other than
You gave one battle 3.
you think this is
Yes, this is better. I would watch this again before I will ever watch.
I'm not watching
Well,
either of them, regardless of
Never,
this
never say never. This might be in our year in review.
Oh,
You know,
I'm not
best or
watching it
worst
again
of
for
them.
that. No, we're gonna base it off of my scores here, and I'm just gonna rate it. We can
So,
talk about it more,
so
but
would you recommend it though?
yeah,
Because it is 1980s. The movie was made in 86, so it is interesting for the time that was in.
and that's why I'm giving it the grace of having
A
a
2 at
2.
least.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
What do you think this movie should honestly be?
I would give it a 3.
Oh my gosh. Fine,
I-
it can have a 3.
Yes, I would give it 3. My rating is a 3, and
It
that
can have a
is
3.
that is just because of nostalgia and nothing more.
Sure.
Absolutely nothing more. It doesn't.
I can't believe Stephen King directed this. He was like, "This is what I wanted."
He,
This is exactly what I was asking
he was
for.
on heavy medication at the time.
Mhm.
That's why. So he wasn't. He didn't exist on this planet.
He was asleep at the direction
He
chair.
was absolutely batshit bonkers crazy during this time.
I just think being crazy gets cooler than
No, not if you don't have skill.
just in a circle.
Because this was his one and only movie that he wrote and
Mhm.
directed. And if you don't have skill at it, then you don't have skill. You could see, I mean, because the movie is sort of disjointed nonsense, and you could see that it was kind of incompetently done.
Yeah.
It could have been a good movie.
Yeah.
I think
It should have been a good movie. I would have loved
Yeah.
for it to have been a better movie.
So we'll have to watch Trucks because maybe that's the good version,
Mhm.
right?
I hope so.
Yeah. So 3 and 3, and I guess like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if this is a movie you've watched in the last. Let's see if I do.
Yeah. Are there any other vehicular evil car movies
So
that's
this
worth
movie's like
watching?
40 years old. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow,
It's a long time.
it really is.
Mhm.
Huh. Yeah. No, like, comment, and subscribe. Are there any movies like this? And do you even like this movie?
Yep.
I don't even know why we're reviewing it. How do we pick it? Did I pick it or you picked it?
You picked it because you thought it was a connection to something else.
Oh, to Freaky Tales.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because you just can't get that movie
Yeah.
out of your head.
I guess. No, I won't. I'll never get Freaky Tales. I'll be obsessed with it. I'll be like Solidarity in the insane asylum at the end,
Yep.
whining about how I tried to ruin its life.
All these
Great
movies
movies.
strive to be the king of mediocrity.
Uh-huh. Anyway, we're out of here. Join us for our next episode, which is some other movie that we're going to film at some point.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Yeah, nothing redeeming about this thing.
No.
I liked it as a kid. See, that's what's
It's fair if
that's
you like it
crazy
as
how
a
much-
kid. We have different. We have no idea what's a great movie as a kid. We don't, unless our parents told us this was great.
We knew
and
no
then we
damn
analyze
was
it. Sure.
I saw it as a kid.
Yeah.
We knew that.
But that's a completely different.
I knew
Type piece.
Superman 4 Quest for Peace was great.
Okay.
Superman 3 with Richard Pryor's great.
Mm-hmm. But you have to admit, there were some things you watched that wasn't great. And most things were probably average at best. And if they were kind of
I
good.
watched a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Well, because they were making good stuff back then, but there was stuff in there.
Are you saying they made crap back then too?
There's some crap.
Name one.
There has to be some crap.
Name one. Other than this movie.
You can't do that. You introduced this to me. You're the one that broke the mold on them all being
You
good.
were 2 years old. You were prime age for this.
What's the You just said I was.
Parents made this one, but this was played on TV all the time when I was a kid. I mean, back in the 80s. Actually, early into the 90s.
Yeah. And then think about that. You had this, and then what? Zardoz would come on,
Zardoz.
and then you get Fresh and Blood. You guys had an interesting smorgasbord.
We would have Kung Fu Theater, 6 hours of that.
Mhm.
Godzilla Theater, 6 hours of that. Star Trek Theater, the original, 6 hours of that. And then we had Sammy Terry, Dr. Creep, Elvira,
Mhm.
Oh man, what was the one? Guy used to sell beer. I can't remember his name now. They would always have a bull come out. It was so he wouldn't show like the sci-fi, but he would show bad movies as well.
Yeah.
We watched every crap.
And my generation kind of got pulled out of movies because at that point we had Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Fox Jr.
Yeah.
So everything became cartoons. So most of my younger generation,
Ours was just that Saturday morning. That's all they cared about. And then during the weekday, they would before school, they would actually show Battle of the Planets or Robotech, 5 o'clock in the morning. But it would be on an odd channel, so you'd be like playing with the rabbit ears before going to school, trying to get it in, and sometimes it would come in, and sometimes it wouldn't. That was what we had. And then you're right, it all exploded, so there's no reason to watch something like Maximum Overdrive.
We are getting episodic stuff every week, and not just Saturdays anymore. Every day with Cartoon Network.
We searched this stuff out because we had the VHS stores, the rental stores were big. So this would be something that was on the shelf because you couldn't get it, on channel 22 or channel 19 that used to play stuff like that.
Yep.
It was too new. So we'd go to the VHS store and rent like 5 movies at a time. We thought was great. 24-hour rental, and you just watch all 5 of them.
I think that's why there's a big disconnect, probably with my generation and good movies. Because unless your parents were really showing you or telling you good movies, or you were watching what they were watching, so you maybe were exposed to it. My whole thing was like cartoons. It was cartoons. There was the rise of the children's live action show. So there was like game shows and challenge shows and comedy skits and all that stuff. And then the next thing was probably anime, because anime came in right around middle school.
When the websites started, Crunchyroll and places like that, there was one I used to watch. I used to work in a medical records.
Yeah.
And I had to work weekends. It's a warehouse, so no, I would be the only one there. So we queue up on the Windows 95 computer.
So millennials probably killed movies just because we weren't exposed to them.
You're right. You're right. Total shift in the way you consume things.
Yep. And then anime. So we were getting anime on TV before like high school. So I could watch anime right before high school started. So it was Astro Boy first, and then they led into Thundercats, Ronin Warriors, Sailor Moon, and the original Dragon Ball. And then that picked up, and then Cartoon. Yeah, so it was just a complete move away from like serious cinema in terms of what we could view for free all the time on repeat.
Yeah. You had no reason to consume anything else. All right. So we're out of here.
We are.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.